Why was it Sister Jean's death that shook an entire university, a whole community, and even the world of sports? Why did those closest to her say her passing felt unexpected, even at the age of 106? And most importantly, what really happened in her final days that made her story so emotional, so unforgettable? Let's uncover the touching, powerful, and deeply inspiring life, and the mysterious farewell of a woman who became a national icon. Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt. It was a calm Thursday morning in Illinois when the news broke. Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt has died. She was 106. The announcement came directly from Loyola University, Chicago, the place she called home for over 6 decades. Her passing sent shockwaves not just through the university halls but across America. For years, Sister Jean wasn't just a chaplain. She was the spirit of the Loyola men's basketball team. So why did her death feel so personal to so many people? Because Sister Jean wasn't just a nun. She was a living legend, a woman who blended faith, sports, humor, and love into one extraordinary life. Within hours of her passing, Loyola University President Mark C. Reed issued an emotional statement. He said, "While we feel grief and a sense of loss, there is great joy in her legacy. Her presence was a profound blessing for our entire community. For over 60 years, she guided students, athletes, and faculty with her soft-spoken wisdom and boundless energy. She was that rare light that never seemed to dim, until now." Even BVM President LaDonna Manternach couldn't hold back tears as she described Sister Jean as a woman of prayer, a bearer of hope, who saw God in all that surrounded her. But what made her story so unique was that even in her final years, through illness, isolation, and the global pandemic, Sister Jean never stopped inspiring others. In 2021, when the world was still recovering from COVID-19, Sister Jean, then 101 years old, shocked everyone once again. Despite battling health problems including a hip injury and shingles, she still found a way to connect with her beloved basketball team. How? Virtually. She couldn't be physically on the court, but she sent her daily prayers and motivational emails to every player. And just before one of the biggest games of the NCAA tournament, her pregame prayer went viral. Millions watched online as she blessed the team before they faced the #1 seed Illinois. And then, the unthinkable happened. Loyola won 71-58, a true underdog victory. And many said it was her spirit that lifted them to that miracle win. It wasn't the first time she had been a part of history. Flashback to 2018. That was the year Sister Jean became a national phenomenon. The Loyola Ramblers were underdogs, a small team with little expectation of making headlines. But as they kept winning game after game, the cameras kept turning toward a small, smiling nun, sitting courtside with her signature maroon scarf and bright white sneakers. Her energy, her humor, and her faith became the heart of every broadcast. Sports fans, journalists, and even rival teams couldn't stop talking about her. She wasn't just the team's chaplain anymore. She was their guardian angel. Born on August 21, 1919, in San Francisco, California, right in the middle of the Spanish flu pandemic, Sister Jean's life began in uncertainty and faith. She was the oldest of 3 children, and from a young age, she knew her path would be one of service. When she was in 3rd grade, she met a teacher who was part of the Sisters of Charity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, BVM. That teacher changed her life forever. "I wanted to be like her," Sister Jean once said. "I wanted to live my life in service of others." From that moment, her destiny was sealed. She joined the BVM order in Dubuque, Iowa, and was given the name Sister Jean Dolores. During World War II, she began teaching at Catholic schools in California. Her classrooms were not just about academics. They were about faith, kindness, and discipline. By 1961, she joined Mundelein College, which would later merge with Loyola University. There, she became a mentor for hundreds of young women. And when the merger happened, she continued her mission, guiding every student who needed a helping hand. But her story didn't stop there. In 1994, at the age of 75, most people would have retired. But Sister Jean decided to take on something new, helping student athletes maintain their grades. That same year, she became the official chaplain of the men's basketball team, and that decision changed everything. Her pregame prayers became famous, sometimes humorous, always heartfelt. She prayed not for victory, but for fairness, effort, and faith. And her words somehow always worked. Players who met Sister Jean said she had a way of making everyone feel special. She remembered every player's name, their families, even their favorite meals. She reminded them to be kind in victory and humble in defeat. Even the coaches said her advice often guided them more than any strategy board. Former Loyola player Lucas Williamson once said, "When you're around Sister Jean, you just feel calm, like everything's going to be okay." And that's why, even in her 100s, she kept showing up. At age 98, she was inducted into the Loyola Athletics Hall of Fame. At 100, the university released a tribute video for her birthday. She smiled and said, "I love working with these young people. That's what keeps my heart young. Maybe not my body, but definitely my heart." So what really happened in those final moments in Illinois? Was it expected? Was she prepared? The truth is, yes, she knew her time was near. But those who were around her say she was peaceful, calm, and grateful till her very last breath. She spent her final morning in quiet prayer, surrounded by love. No fear, no regrets. Only faith. Her passing at 106 years old felt like the end of a story that had already touched countless hearts. Yet for many, it still feels like she's around, her smile, her prayers, her energy echoing through the halls of Loyola. Her legacy is not in championships or trophies. It's in every student, every athlete, every person she inspired to believe in goodness. Sister Jean leaves behind her sister-in-law, Jean Tidwell, and niece, Jean Schmidt. But in truth, her family is far larger. It's the thousands of students she guided, the fans who cheered for her, and the millions who found hope in her story. Loyola University announced that funeral arrangements will be shared soon. And there's no doubt it will be a celebration of her incredible life rather than a farewell. In a world filled with noise, Sister Jean was a quiet force. She taught us that age is just a number, that faith can live through every hardship, and that kindness never goes out of style. Her funeral announcement is still pending. Her death may have left a silence, but her voice, her laughter, and her spirit will forever echo in the hearts of those who knew her. As one student said at Loyola's memorial service, Sister Jean didn't just pray for victories. She prayed for us to be better people. And that's the kind of win that never fades. So, what do you think made Sister Jean's story so powerful? Her faith, her courage, or her kindness? Let us know in the comments. And if you were inspired by her journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more emotional and true stories from around the world. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and remember, some people never really leave us.